KNICKS Rehab.
Yeah, KNICKS Rehab, y'all. Let's see what Karl Anthony Towns said after the game last night. And he was talking about his message to his teammates.
I just challenged our team. I challenged us. I said, this we could win this game, and I've seen us do it. And it starts with the first possession of the fourth quarter playing defense. We got to get a stop. It's the most important possession of the game. That's the first play of the fourth quarter. And my part as well in trying to get that stop. And I'm glad that I was able to find a way to help us get that stop. And from there on, just wanted to set the tone for our team and set the intensity level that we needed to play for 12 minutes if we expected to come out with a win.
Did you say something to the team?
Cat was very vocal, starting with defense. And for Cat to be vocal, defiant, and then come through, it says a lot to me. It says a lot to me, especially, here we have it. Everyone's talking about it. Oh, my God. Shaq is right. Barkley's right. All right already. I get it, y'all. Here it is. Shaq going at Cat. Yeah.
Let's keep it real. At the beginning of the game, I said you were playing soft because I've seen you at times when you play great. And what you must understand in New York, you need to be great for you guys to win the championship. It's high aspirations. Yeah. If you guys win the championship, of course they're going to talk about Brunson, but it's you and your play. You have to be dominant. You responded very, very well. You played well. You played in the paint. That's how you should play. You should always play great. Being from Jersey, good ain't good enough. You had a great game tonight. I'm proud of you.
For sure. But what you said, too, is if we win a championship, they could talk about anybody as long as we all get a ring. That's the most important thing.
No, but
I don't care.
But
I don't care about none of that.
No, but you got to play great. 1-2 punch, and you part of that 1-2 punch.
Hell yeah. Right. But, I want to make sure we all understand the biggest goal, the main goal here is to win. It don't matter about who gets the credit or whatever.
I just want to be part of the ring. Nope, you got to play great.
Sure.
Get the credit.
I hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Legend, I agree with you.
All right.
I agree with you.
I got your jersey, baby.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That led to an exchange between Shaq and Barkley.
Needed each other at those times.
Let me tell you what Kenny was great. You was jumping on me. I was getting swept in the finals, right? Kenny told me in the game, y'all better stop doubling me, because his mentality said, you keep doubling me and leaving me open, I'm gonna hit the shot. It's about, I'm not saying be me and all that. It's about mentality. When I tell you, you gotta do this and do that, don't respond by saying, oh, I'm trying to look out for it. No.
Now,
you gotta be great.
No. Shaq, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying we all don't have the same mental makeup.
Okay.
And listen, Karl Anthony is a very good player, terrific player. He's just a nice guy. He ain't no killer. We can't make him no killer. Like, he don't have no killer like you. Like, you're dangerous.
You're dangerous. Barkley, calm down, man. AllBall. This thing went super viral. Play like an MVP or just, aggressive. He was calling him soft the whole night, basically. And last night, he just said, yo, this is what we want to see more of this AllBall, which is, basically what we've always said. But what are your thoughts on the Charles Barkley back and forth and Karl Anthony Towns in general last night?
I mean, if you could, I was trying to look for it because to me, it pertains to this topic when Brunson, they showed him running up the court, telling Cat, get in the effing post. He said it twice to him. You know what I'm saying?
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Barkley and Shaq are both 100% correct. We got to remember what Shaq did to Donovan Mitchell, alluding to what Flea said, where the timing sometimes is off. Remember, Donovan Mitchell had a great game. Game was over, they won, and then Shaq hit him with like out of left field, right? And everybody was like, "Damn, Shaq!" What? So Shaq sometimes his timing may be off, but he's 100% correct. They played the game at a high level. Barkley been to a championship, didn't win, but he's been to a finals. He understands. Kenny Smith and Shaq been to numerous finals, right? So for me, they're 100% correct. You have to be able to be a dog and be great to win in finals. It can't be a 1-2 punch and only the one punch shows up night in and night out. So I think Shaq, looking at the game from a big man's perspective, I'm pretty sure he gets aggravated. He told Embiid the same thing. Remember, he's a big man, and he's like, yo, listen, I was a big man, bro. Y'all niggas ain't dominant. Y'all too soft. Yeah, come on. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Pause. But to me, I love what Charles Barkley said because that is 1,000% correct. And it's a lot of that in the NBA. Some guys are just too nice by nature. Doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make you a bad human being. But when you're in a sport that's supposed to be competitive, you got to have a little bit of dog in you. You got to have a little bit of fuck you in you. You got to have a little bit of fight in you. You have to have a little bit of I want to see you hurt if you're the opposing team. And we can't be in the finals and play soft and be weak. You have to be dominant. You have to be nasty. You have to be somewhat of a killer to dominate in the finals. So,
I'm gonna cut you off. RP sent me this shit with Barkley, what he said last night, and he went more in depth with Cat. Like this is a little bit even more further about what you're talking about.
Okay.
Be careful how I phrase this, because I know the internet, the stupidos on the internet gonna say, to me, he don't know how to play basketball. What I mean by that is
nobody will take any.
No.
Nobody will take any offense.
No, but you got to. I'm gonna explain what I mean. He's a terrific 7-foot shooter. But the same criticism me and Shaq had of Joel Embiid, the matchup dictates whether you shoot threes or you go post up. That's what I mean by not how to play basketball. When he got a little guy on him, there's no need to shoot threes. When you got a big guy on you, like if they're going to play Joel Embiid on you, take him outside, put him in the pick and roll. But the way the NBA is played, and I say, I'm trying to explain because he's a heck of a player. But when they put a little guy on you, go in the post. So that's what I mean. Like when I played and Shaq played, the Joker is the best I've seen at doing this. He don't never let no little guy guard him. He don't shoot threes. Now, he'll shoot a three when he has a big guy guarding him. But when they put one of them little munchkins on him, he take him down low and just punish him. That's what I want to see Karl-Anthony Towns. Yeah, he's a great shooter. And, you know, people criticize me and Shaq we get mad at all these 7-foot guys shooting threes. I don't mind you shooting a couple threes. But the way the NBA is played today, and they're going to put all these little-ass dudes on you, I ain't letting no little dude guard me. You put a little guy on me, I'm going to take his little ass in the post and punish you.
Sounds like Sir AllBall Charles to me.
Also, what I just said, where it's like, you know, depending on who we play, that's how you play. So, like I said, I 100% agree. I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to give us some ammo to go win a fucking championship. And they're trying to let Karl-Anthony Towns know, yo, bro, this shit is sweet out here, dog. Like, if you got Shaq and Barkley in the room by themselves and they could talk like us right now, they will tell Karl-Anthony Towns, my man, can't nobody guard you. The NBA is sweet. These niggas is weak. You 7 foot. You have a skill set. You're talented. Get these niggas 30 a night. That's how the Knicks are going to win a championship, no matter how much we get on Cat's back. Pause. We've all said it numerous times on Knicks Rehab. This thing is going to go through Karl if we're going to win, no matter how good Brunson is. If Karl-Anthony Towns isn't going to do what he has to do, we won't win. So what Barkley and Shaq said, I 100% agree that Karl has to start playing tougher and just playing better and smarter basketball. It don't make no sense to where a guy that's 6'6" guarding you, you 7 foot, and you out there stepping behind a 3-point shot, or you trying to take that person off the dribble at the top of the key. It shouldn't work like that. So I agree with Barkley that you got a big man on you, you bring him out and you take him off the dribble. You got a little guy on you, go down on the block and punish their ass. And that makes the game easier for everybody. So I agree with both of them.
Lee, we've been talking about this the last 2 years. 2 cats been here. Barkley and Shaq just, I don't know, they sound like us, to be honest, going back and forth. What are your thoughts? What's your reaction to what AllBall saying? Shaq, Barkley, and of course, Cat.
I mean, this OG always says simple and plain, right? Like, keep it simple. Like, just overcomplicating things at this point when we're trying to get Cat involved. Yes, he should be a little more demonstrative and just go on the block and give a big target and say, give me the fucking basketball. We wish he had that mentality. He don't have that mentality. But he should be asking for the basketball, right? Anytime he has a mismatch, he should be asking for it. This season, Cat as a big, not even as a big, I think as a player, has the lowest efficiency scoring around the basket. Like, that's insane for a guy that's 7 feet. That is insane. That makes zero sense to me. I had to reread it 3 or 4 times because I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? This dude has the lowest efficiency in scoring around the rim in the league for a guy that's 7 feet and that, you know, and should be that skilled and, you know, have that type of touch around the rim. It makes no sense to me. So, like like, yeah, I totally agree with Shaq and Barkley. And you could keep it on call, but you know, I'm gonna always take my little moment to you know, put in there what I want to put in there, and that's the offense is overcomplicated now. Yeah, we didn't really love it last year. We needed to take it up another level because we were getting so tired of what Tibbs was doing. But at the end of the day, we weren't asking Karl Anthony Towns to play basketball last year. We were very pleased with what he provided us last year. And now all of a sudden he don't know how to play. He doesn't know how to be effective. He doesn't know how to help us win. I don't think that's just like solely on him. Can he be better? For sure. But this offense is so overcomplicated now. It's so much about being able to get up as many threes as we can. It's not an offense suited around a guy that is 7 feet and has a mismatch every other night. Every other night, this guy has a mismatch at his position. Every other night. And we never take advantage of it because we're always worried about trying to play the right way. And what I mean by play the right way is play how Mike Brown is trying to preach to us. And that's just not it. That's just not it. Sometimes you got to deviate from that and say, yo, he's got Tobias Harris guarding him. He's got a smaller guy guarding. He's got Naz Reid guarding him. He's got somebody else that's smaller that shouldn't be physically imposing against him. They have him guarding him. Get him the fucking basketball. Like, let's play through him tonight. Like what OG said. Some nights we got to play different depending on what the matchup is. Well, damn it, who is this guy? If Yabusele is guarding Karl Anthony Towns tonight against Chicago, you're telling me we're not going to go give him the basketball? Like, that's recognition from the team as well. That's recognition. You got to recognize what we're doing. Okay, let's hold Cat accountable. Be a little more aggressive and want the basketball. I got it, fellas. But damn it, as a basketball team, an NBA team full of professionals, let's recognize that the dude has a mismatch. Get him the ball. I hear you, Brunson. Go post up. Give me the fucking basketball, too. I heard you. Post up. Heard you. Give me the rock. This shit is way too complicated, fellas. Way too complicated, man. Way too complicated. We have too many guys on this team that could be in better positions, flourishing better, but we run a overcomplicated offense that just doesn't show up on a night in, night out basis. I don't like this shit personally. I don't. But that's a whole, it's entirely whole different conversation. But get him to basketball for sure.
I don't think so. I think that is the conversation. Karl Anthony Towns came into the season complaining about it, and him being passive about, you know, protesting the system, and Mike Brown, the coach. Obviously, Mikal Bridges is the one who I think is leading the way that got Tibbs fired. I don't know if Karl Anthony Towns was to be the one front and center that's like, in case this guy gets fired, I'm the one they're going to blame. Just like with Giannis, we were saying, you got to play the villain. Cat got to learn how to play the villain. He don't want to be a bad guy. Like Charles Barkley saying, it's not that Charles Barkley is wrong, in my opinion. My first favorite player of all time, Charles Barkley. But that was such a perfect moment for them to reflect on their championship runs. He went to the finals with Phoenix after he joined Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley and them. And I always felt like Kevin Johnson, when I've rewatched that series 2 or 3 times, Kevin Johnson ain't really, you're supposed to give Jordan the business. You're supposed to give BJ Armstrong and boys the business, bro. Like they can't guard you. And Kevin Johnson was good defensively. KJ was ill. So I feel like Shaq could have gotten some smoke from them saying like, yo, not for nothing, you came into the season fat. If it wasn't for Kobe being that guy that you talking about, were you really the guy that you're talking about, or was Kobe that guy, that little monster that kept the engine going? Because maybe you got some fire in you, but that shit was going out sometimes, Shaq. Stop acting like you weren't passive at some point. We all know easily have been the best player in NBA history. Easily. So Kobe's the guy that we all point to. He's the guy that's called Mamba mentality. Are you sure we're not? Who doesn't have the Mamba mentality on the Knicks to keep Karl Anthony Towns on fire? Yo, bro, I like what AllBall saying. In the comments, real quick in the super chat, Cat was asking for the ball. That's what the argument was between him and Jalen Brunson. And are we surprised? Because what we keep saying, yo, they sound like us. Bro, if we're on a court, that's how we're going to sound like. Yo, eat him up. It's time. You're 60. That's how you earn your 60. Bottom line, who on this team has the Mamba mentality for real? Kobe said, "Take my damn sneakers off." Like that shit is, yo, Jalen Brunson, you shied away from being the face of the Kobe sneakers, the Kobe sneaker line when they asked you that. But why can't you be the face of the Kobe sneaker line? Because you on this Tom Brady, Derek Jeter, politically correct bullshit. No, go in there and tell yo, kill them. The same way Kobe was telling Shaq to get it off the rim. Oh, we crazy right now. Yes, Shaq is 100% correct, but they should have went further into that argument. Barkley's correct about, yeah, if it's a little man on you, this, that, and the third, but that's not his personality. It's just not Cat's personality. It is what it is. Some people are not built like that. Everybody's not a killer, which is what I always said about Cat. Well, dog, he's not a killer. He's soft. He doesn't have that killer instinct. He doesn't take advantage of his mismatches. That's just sports 101. Oh, I'm about to eat right now. So for me, I think that argument was great, or the segment was great, because it embodied everything we talked about since Cat has gotten here. And the moment that the trade was announced, that's what I feared, was that he couldn't push through and be this guy. And it still looks like we have to push him and motivate him to be a number one option at times, to be the guy that he was last night. When you see a mismatch, you take advantage of it. We see with Jalen Brunson, you see I'm a Jalen Brunson super fan now. I'm holding him down, but if he's getting eaten alive, bro, you cannot come in the game and think you're going to hold the ball against Nimhard. He has your number. You got to figure out a way to go off ball, talk to the coach, tell him we're not running that. Like AllBall's been saying, yo, let's go run this shit we did last year. It's not going to work tonight. It's the Pacers. They're missing everybody. What are we doing right now? And last night with the Rockets, Sengun is trash defensively. Trash. And then offensively, you saw what Cat did to him. Cat clamped him up. Like, well, that's what you run. He knew what he was going to run. He knew Sengun's tendencies. So all was left was Kevin Durant trying to pull a miracle, and he couldn't do it. So we need the Mamba mentality in there, and it sounds far-fetched, but that's the only way you're going to be able to motivate a team like this with two guys who are pussyfooting around, sugarfooting around, like AllBall says. You're sugarfooting with this thing. You're playing with this thing. As Kendrick Perkins was asking Jalen Brunson, are you sure you recognize this moment? You sure you understand what's going on right now, AllBall?
So just real quick, I see, the other two ladies, the AllBall TV is in the building, so I got to give them the proper shout-outs like I do everybody. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Cherokee and Mo is in the building. Fellas, thumbs up. Y'all know the deal. Josh Hearts, waves, peace. But please show the beautiful ladies some love out there. For me, right, the way Karl Anthony Towns responded to Shaq is exactly what Charles Barkley is talking about. And that is going to be a problem for us if we get deep into the playoffs, let alone the finals. When Shaq is telling you, be dominant, you have to be great, and your response is, I don't care, as long as we win. For me, listen, Karl Anthony Towns has to understand you are the piece we brought over to get us over the hump. So you're not here to be the third, fourth, fifth option. You're here to be sometimes the number one option. Like let's call it what it is. So we need you to be dominant. We need you to play to the potential that we know you can play, like last night. And it could be nights like that damn near every other game, because where's the great defensive big man? Yeah, you have Wembanyama. You have guys like the Ring. You have some guys there, but we're not playing those guys every night. So when you got the guys that can't defend a la Sengun, and then when we play these other teams, they put little guys on you, you're supposed to dominate. But that's also up to Jalen Brunson and Mike Brown. So that's why I say eventually, there's going to have to be some uncomfortable conversations that's going to have to be had if this is the team that's going to move forward for the future. If we're going to give Brunson all this money, if we're going to extend Karl Anthony Towns, if we're going to keep Mike Brown as a coach, what's the conversation going to have to be? So for me, I just feel, hopefully what they said to Karl Anthony Towns, hopefully he gets it. But I think he needed to hear that, because at the end of the day, we're not going to win without him playing up to his potential. But I disagree with, like what Flea said with Charles, that was 100% wrong. You say someone doesn't know how to play basketball. He was an all-star, all-NBA third team. So I disagree with that. But I agree with, if he's not the dominant player that he could be, we have no chance of winning the championship.
But you always speak to that. You always talk about IQ. You always talk about how Brunson's teammates are trash. So part of that is Barkley saying, "Yo, dog, this is sports 101. If you got a mismatch, that's easy work. You're supposed to reckon. That's the first thing you recognize. Oh shit, you put him on me? Please, like that's the part of me I'm a little confused about what Ball's saying.
Look,
I think.
God, I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, OG. Yeah.
What are you confused about what I said?
You saying that you disagree with Charles Barkley saying that he's playing like ball.
No. I disagree with Barkley saying he doesn't like. So all right. So let me say this, and I'll let Flea cook.
Oh no. But you said those exact words. That's what's so shocking to me about what Charles said.
No, right. But for me to say someone has low basketball IQ and not be able to play the game to me is totally different. But let me just say this. I think Barkley needs to say that about everybody because let's be realistic. As much as a Brunson stan I am, he doesn't recognize the mismatches. So where's his basketball IQ? If you have a big man that's continuously being guarded by little guys, why aren't you dumping the ball to him down low more often? Why aren't you telling him what you said last night more often? Get your fucking ass in the post, right? What? So for me, everybody's in that conversation. Just don't single out Karl Anthony Towns, Charles Barkley, because as a whole, we all play like we have low basketball IQ. So I just don't like that he tried to single out Karl Anthony Towns because at the end of the day, we all do dumb shit. Mikal Bridges been stopped putting little guards on the post. He just want to stand around and fade away and get his money. He don't want no con. So everybody deserves to be in that conversation when we talk about, yo, you motherfuckers don't know how to play the game if Barkley is saying it in that way.
I see people in the comments. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. There's like a lack of accountability. People didn't really like how he came off with his response. And I think a piece that we all missing is that in that spot, Shaq said, if y'all win, Brunson will get the credit. And we act like that's just, we're going to breeze over that while he's saying that to a guy that you're asking to up his level of play or play better. In the same breath, you're going to say, he was responding to Shaq and saying, yo, if we win, it doesn't matter about credit. Everybody's going to get credit. That was the response. Like, we getting hung up with the tone and how he's responding to Shaq and everything else that they said after that. But, nigga, you was fucking slick by trying to tell me if we win, Brunson is going to be the guy that gets the credit. Like, it's always about, like, credit with Shaq because you are who you are, Shaq. We got it. But don't be slick, nigga, because you tried to say some little slick shit, and now I respond, and I look like I'm being defensive. Like, that's the gaslighting bullshit that people do. That's weird. Don't do that, nigga. If you want to get your point across, hold on, Fabian. If you want to get your point across, simply tell me I need to be playing bigger. Simply tell me that. Don't fucking tell me that if we win, Brunson is going to get the credit. Fuck does that mean? Why are you telling me that? Why does that even matter? And when you're trying to motivate me or give me some fuel to help me play better. That's really the fuel now. I'm not even listening to nothing else you're saying. Now I'm hearing you trying to divide us and try to say, well, yeah, Brunson's going to get the credit if y'all win. Then shut the fuck up. No. If you're trying to motivate me as a big, tell me I need to be better. And don't talk to me about, oh, if they win, Brunson's going to get the credit. Because you know what? If those 3 championships that y'all won, if Bean got all the credit and nobody gave a damn about you, your little fragile ego would be rattled too, you little bitch. I hate that dude sometimes. He's weird. He's a big weirdo to me sometimes. Stop acting like, don't do that. Don't do that. So I'll give it back to you, Fabian. But that is the absolute example of doing some gaslighting, trying to poke at me to get a response. And now you got everybody in a tizzy about the way I responded. Nigga, you said some slick shit too. Like,
but hold on, no, but stay there real quick because, and just I'll apologize, Fabian, because I think that's something me and Fabian both need to respond to because that was a great point. Because to say that is trying to stir up some bullshit because nowadays the best player doesn't always get all the credit and they don't always win the Finals MVP, right? Jason Tatum didn't win it. Curry, remember, Iguodala won it before. So let's stop acting like, Flea, that was a great point. Let's stop acting like if we're in the finals and Karl Anthony Towns has a great finals, that he's not going to get no credit. Nah, that was slick, and I ain't look at it like that. So that was a great point. That was a great point. I'm sorry, Fabian. I just want to say that was a great point.
No, you added even more context to that because I didn't even think about that. But as Flea was talking, I'm like, yo, hold on. Yeah, you saying Brunson's getting all the credit, but even me and AllBall had to backtrack off the stand-up, but I'm still on it. Even me and Flea has always talked about this. Yo, if he's getting the credit, that motherfucker needs to get the blame. Why you talking to Cat and you are part of the Kobe and Shaq duo, and you know both of y'all are credited for that dynasty. Meanwhile, Iguodala got a Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown got a Finals MVP. They're not credited for them teams, even with Finals MVPs. We still say, yeah, but Tatum's the best player, and we're still saying Brunson's the best player. And meanwhile, you're on national television telling Cat what he needs to do to be a part of this duo to go feed into getting both of you guys credit, because it should be Brunson and Cat getting the credit for this. No matter how you turn it out, every game is a different game. However you do this thing, we know we all wanted Brunson on that bench against the Pacers last year in the playoffs. It's been several games this year. We're like, you ain't got to bring Brunson back in the game. Last night, obviously, he turned up, but Shaq should have definitely delved more into the fact that, yo, hold on, not for nothing, I understand ego, bro. I'll be lying to you right now if I never felt like I was in your shoes, Cat. I had Kobe next to me. He was a rising star. I had Penny in Orlando, and I wanted to get fucking traded. I wanted to leave because he was getting more shine than me. He had more kicks. He had Little Penny on television. Shaq, you wanted to leave that because he was popping, and you couldn't stand that shit. I'm keeping it up. Now we got to keep it a buck. I didn't even think about that shit till you said it, Flea. So Shaq should have definitely let Cat know, like, yo, I get where you're coming from. But here, check this out. When you play like you do tonight, they're going to have to mention you with Brunson. They have to. You are helping lead the team. There's no leaving you out of this conversation no more. It's not just the Brunson Knicks. They traded for you. They made a lot of moves to get you here. And now, as bad as it is this season, let's not forget last year. Let's not forget we called on you Mad Lion and Dipset Cat and Bodega Cat and all this other shit. So I think that was such a great point, Flea, because we don't talk about that shit. We don't talk about how it is to be having to share the fucking credit. We don't talk about that. People don't want to talk about that because they don't realize, yo, man, stop acting like you don't want to be the man. Like that fame shit ain't real. People want to live forever, bro. They really do. And they were really propping, as much as I hold Brunson down, bro, you got to take the blame if this shit goes downhill. You're the face of this organization, right? Until Cat steps up, like Shaq is saying. You're right, Flea. Shaq totally blew an opportunity because he was caught up in a moment. Maybe you had a couple seconds with the dude online. You're going back and forth with Barkley. You should have been able to tell Barkley that, like, yo, I've been in this position, man. I really have the experience of what it feels like to have to share the spotlight with a superstar. Not Jalen Brunson and Cat are nowhere near Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal on any level, close. Basketball, not outside even, the court, all that shit.
Not even close. Not even close. We know that
now,
right? We know that.
But Flea, we all know that. But maybe it does feel that way while you're playing in New York, and maybe Shaq could have let him know that, like, yo, you in New York, bro. I was in LA, but I had a rap album going platinum. I know what you're feeling, bro. Trust me, out of anybody you could ever talk to, it's me. So I didn't even think about him kind of coming off like a schmuck. That was fucking ill. That was ill.
Because he's right. No, because at the end of the day, I think all three of us agree with what he's trying to tell him. But we were so focused on how he responded. The response comes from that little slick shit that you said that everybody's missing at the beginning. Like, just be great. They're going to give Brunson the credit, but you just be great. Like, all right, bro.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.